What's up, nerds? It's Danny, and this morning, DC dropped probably the most anticipated teaser trailer in the last several years. The teaser for Superman has officially arrived. However you feel about James Gunn and the direction of the DCU, one thing is absolutely certain. Everyone has their eyes on this movie. So let's dive in and check out the very first teaser trailer for James Gunn's Superman. Right away, this teaser kicks off with an unexpected bang, and I mean literally. We see what looks like the Arctic, which could be near the Fortress of Solitude, and all of the sudden, plummeting into frame and thudding on the ground with a huge boom, is Superman. He's clearly had his shit rocked. The next scene we see is David Corenswet as Clark Kent, Superman's alter ego, obviously. And I'm just going to be real with you guys. He looks like Clark Kent. He's awkward. He's clumsy. He's hustling through the very busy sidewalks of Metropolis trying to get to the Daily Planet. He's in a baggy suit. His hair is disheveled. He looks like a nerd, and that's exactly what Clark Kent is. We go back to Superman laying on the ice, spitting up blood, looking pretty hurt. And then we get our first look at inside the Daily Planet and Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane. As far as the teaser's concerned, this is probably my favorite shot of David Corenswet as Clark Kent. He's just so incredibly awkward and completely unaware of his immediate surroundings. And remember, this is Superman playing Clark Kent. So he definitely plays up that not really aware of what's going on thing. And then we get to see the family farm in Smallville. And I've heard a lot of complaints about how the farmhouse looks. Like, it doesn't look like that kind of two-story wraparound porch, almost Victorian era, that people are used to seeing in things like Smallville. But as a woman who lives in the Midwest, around Midwestern farms, I am here to tell you that's what they look like. We get this very warm father-son moment with Clark and Pa Kent on the porch of the house. We're back to Superman laying on the ground, but this time, instead of just laying there wheezing and bleeding, he whistles, and we quickly realize he is whistling for Crypto. If we see Crypto just absolutely hustling across that snow with huge plumes of snow behind him. How cute is this dog? I'm sorry, I'm a dog person. I love dogs. Crypto is modeled after James Gunn's rescue Ozu, and just how adorable is he? He jumps up in front of Superman like, why are you playing? Are you on the ground? Do you want to play? Is that why you're on the ground? You just want to play with me? He starts licking Superman's face. And then we get one of the only two pieces of dialogue in the entire teaser. Superman holds up the end of his cape and says, Crypto, home. Take me home. He's so hurt that he needs Crypto to drag him back to the fortress. Then we get one of the coolest shots of the entire teaser. Don't ask me why this little girl can't tell there's a giant kaiju behind her about to kick a whole bunch of construction material towards her tiny little head, but she was. Lucky for her, Superman comes out of nowhere, covers her with his body, and protects her. It is such an amazing shot, just beautifully done in my opinion. The cinematography, the camera angle, the framing, it's just very well done. Feels very Superman. From Soup's saving a very oblivious little girl to our very first shot of Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor at, very importantly, Luthor Corp. Luthor Corp, of course, is what the company was called when his father, Lionel Luthor, still owned the company. It is not yet Lex Corp, so pretty important, I believe. Big fan of Nicholas Hoult. I think he's a very strong actor, and this teaser has done nothing to diminish that or challenge that for me personally. I like the tiny little nuance in his expression, especially when he has the gun, which Is that a kryptonite bullet in that gun? Possibly. Superman punches through what looks like some sort of glass containment unit, like probably not legitimately glass, but he's punching through it, and it seems like there's at least 4 other people nearby, 2 on his left, 2 on his right. We quickly switch to what looks like a situation in foreign soil. A little boy, instead of running like the rest of the crowd, has stopped and planted a Superman flag. Entire crowd just ditches him, leaves him, runs away from whatever the danger is. The boy continues to stand there and hold onto that flag as if the flag itself is going to protect him, and calls for Superman. We see an angry mob of people back in Metropolis attacking Superman for whatever reason, but the look on Corenswet's face is what I focus on. Even as the man throws a can at his head and it bounces off, his expression doesn't change. He seems very upset, obviously. He's angry. But the thing with Superman is he could tear through all those people like they were tissue paper. So he has to completely control and restrain his emotions at all times. If he allows himself to get angry even for a second, just think of the damage he could cause. Not just the damage to physical things like buildings and people, but to his reputation. As he makes his way through the angry crowd, he enters a building, and that building is for Stag Industries, and he seems to be just kind of having a moment trying to compose himself before he absolutely just totally loses it. And as he's having that moment, we get our first look at Guy Gardner, played by Nathan Fillion, who, yes, looks goofy and douchey as hell. And that's good, because that's Guy Gardner, and that's how I want Guy Gardner. I want him to have a stupid haircut and be a total But can we also appreciate how good does this Green Lantern ring look, right? He is, of course, followed into the room by Eddie Gaffney's Mr. Terrific, which I'm really excited to see a big screen Mr. Terrific. And before you say anything about how their uniforms look, they are, of course, wearing their Lord Corp uniforms. So the uniforms are supposed to look kind of cookie cutter and corporate. We get the very lovely Isabella Merced as Hawk Girl swooping through the air with some pretty interesting camera work. I like how they've introduced her kind of swinging into the frame like this. Then we get Superman battling one ginormous, nasty looking kaiju who spits fire at Superman in the middle of downtown. We get some Superman and Lois making out, and this green and pinkish purple hamster ball behind them. No idea still what's going on with that. None of us know. Could it be Brainiac? Is it something going on with Metamorpho? We have no idea. But it seems to make Lois and Superman want to make out. And I just know that this movie is gonna make me cry over a robot. I just know it. I mean, look at that. I'm already sad. Speaking of Metamorpho, there's Metamorpho, played by Gotham's Victor Zsasz, Anthony Kerrigan. As some skyscrapers fall like dominoes, we get another shot of Lex Luthor looking pretty upset. Like, is it just me, or does it feel like Lex is about to cry? Like, he's so mad. Like, did his dad tell him that he's not good enough to run Luthor Corps? Or did Superman really just spank him in front of everyone? Either way, Lex looks like he's mad as hell and he's not going to take it anymore. We see the little boy again on TV. We see Superman pushing rubble out of the way, and God bless Krypto. He is carrying his daddy home. What a good boy Krypto is. Good job, Krypto. Get our first look at Ultraman as Superman battles him in the Lord Corps Stadium for the Metropolis Meteors. We got a better shot of Mr. Terrific with at least 5 of his spheres from what I can see. And considering that all of these guys that he's battling are wearing purple and green suits. That leads me to believe those are Lex's dudes. And is that Lois Lane huddled down next to Mr. Terrific? Of course, we have the classic Superman and Lois floating in the air, making out, a scene any self-respecting Superman film absolutely must have. We've got Superman flying through flames and then bursting out into the blue yonder, another scene that any Superman movie cannot be without. The final shot of the teaser is kind of a I have to go moment as they look out at the trouble in the city below. Lois looks at him and he looks at her, both very concerned, and she grabs him and holds him close. We cut to black, and that is all we get for now. And I gotta tell you, this did it for me. James Gunn did it. I'm impressed. I'm surprised. I love the tone. I love the cinematography, the color grading. It feels like Superman. It really does. It feels hopeful. It feels powerful and emotional. The music of this trailer, how it opens with that kind of slow guitar riff and it just builds into that swell and that crescendo. You really feel that in your chest. It feels like Superman. And I'm here for it. I cannot wait to see this movie in July. Like I said on the live stream the other day, I really think they know they have something and they are just as excited as we are to show us what they came up with. But that's just my opinion. That's just how I feel. I want to know how you nerds feel about it. What did you think of the first teaser trailer for James Gunn's Superman or the new DCU? Tell me in the comments below. If you're new, I hope you subscribe. If you like the content I'm putting out, please hit that like button and ring the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm back with even more nerdy content. Until then, nerds, I've been Danny, you've been awesome, and I will see you in the next one. Don't forget to check under your beds tonight because
Disney and Kathleen Kennedy are gonna get you!